On team fight,
I mean,
while OG's about early aggression and trying to take advantage of those cooldowns in a way, but I do think it looks like a pretty uphill battle, especially for that CK, but we shall see.
And what do you sort of think of both teams' final picks, you know, the spirits that we've ended up on either side in the mid lane?
Lately, Void Spirit's been doing really well. He's kind of on the rise in this tournament. Ember, I feel like I've been seeing less and less of him, but it's BZM. He's very comfortable on the hero, and it does match exactly what they wanted to play with, that really fast-paced. It's definitely a good hero that they need to be able to address and go into the backlines. Get on top of this snap, get on top of the Phoenix before they get their ultimates off, especially that egg. But that's another thing, right? They don't have an egg hitter because of this. You know, I know Panel was talking about the Lina potential that could have come out if they wanted to address that, but they went for a different style. They went for Ember instead.
Absolutely, yeah. Tims could have some huge impacts with the Supernova
Really
in these team fights. And that's the thing, as you say, it's the whole sort of show that they're going to be able to bring around that Phoenix Ultimate when it comes to 5-on-5s that OG, they've got to be super prepared for. If they get caught in an arena and a stun, the heroes are going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I think SVG rounded it up at the end there almost perfectly. Kind of what I wanted to touch on is this will be the task of how kind of OP CK really is, right?
Yeah.
They picked it into some heroes that we've seen picked as a counter versus it. The Monkey King carry, we've seen a couple teams doing it. You got this Battle Fury Ags, you'll be able to match the farm and scale versus that CK in later stages. And even into something like, these Phoenixes, or the percent damage was picked afterwards, but yeah, I think they saw this all coming. So yeah, we'll see.
We'll see there with the bounty runes. Boom, they'll be able to get the favorable start. They'll take 3 of the 4 bounties as they turn up to the lanes.
Mid lane, in under the tower. That's a fun matchup. Just BZM versus Yopaj. 2 kind of even matchup heroes as well, too, as SVG was saying. The Ember in the past maybe had a slight advantage, but I feel like this one's always been just a skill matchup for me.
Yeah, it's going to be very...
Yopaj is level 2 already, and he's already getting a lot of pressure onto BZM, so it's pretty significant.
There's a lot of damage. BZM, of course, he's got that first set of tangos and verifiers, so it should be okay. But it's going to be exciting to see both of these mids, what sort of impact they'll have on the game. Both BZM and Yopaj have had some pretty insane games here so far at the Major.
Yeah, I'm watching, kind of just seeing how these early laning things start out, just to see if OG is able to get ahead in the lane in particular in this game. I feel like that's something they are definitely looking for, because otherwise, you know, playing with that lack of actual ultimates, and you're playing into versus Bloom's lineup, I feel like it could be really painful if they are playing from behind, fighting around those early towers. Scamby gets a good early D ward. We'll have a bit of a level advantage up top now versus Seb since he gets that obs.
I mean, and what do you sort of make of the Timber Monkey King sort of situation when you've got them in the lane? Because clearly it was something that OG, they didn't care about, right?
Yeah.
They're still more than happy to pick the Timber for this matchup.
I mean, Amar is definitely comfortable playing into the matchup, but I think that Jackie's not upset by any means. It's not like you're going to get pressured as a Monkey King in laning phase by any means, and you will have that scaling potential, and this is their style. Boom, they really like playing this more like this carry that can get more involved early. Even if he's going to go for this Battle Fury build, we've seen Jackie in this tournament. He is so active.
Absolutely, he'll be turning up with half a Battle Fury done.
Exactly.
Now, if he sees the opportunity to get involved and get some action going, he's not going to hesitate in joining the rest of the boys. Bottom lane Tiger. It's going to tick down pretty low here.
Should be fine. He's got the fairy in the stick. Does have a salve as well. Tims, I think he used his salve onto FBZ before. He's got a set of tangos coming, though. How's our regen looking? Everybody pretty lackluster on regen down here. A lot of trades going on.
Yeah, Tiger will be getting some more out. Gonna step up towards the 2 of them. They'll lead him with the Rift on FBZ.
That minus armor. The Rift just really always coming into play. -4. Pugna's right clicks really do add up, and it's like they don't want to turn and go because the Pugna ward is down too. Every spell you use does hit you back harder than you hit them. It's pretty crazy. I think that's something that a lot of people overlook early on, especially the Nether Ward base damage. Like 50 base damage plus that spell cost, you actually literally do more damage to yourself every time you cast a spell. So, as we see most of the time, Pugna, highest damage in the game just from Pugna ward.
Over in the mid. 16
dead even.
It's literally dead even. Yeah, that's how close it gets here between BZM and Yopaj when they're on their spirits.
Scam really putting it to Seb in this laning phase. He's just bullying him. I think it is pretty significant that he got the D ward too, because he had that level 2 over Seb. He's always able to win that trade. And then it puts a 1v1 of Ammar versus Jackie, where you see Jackie now pulling ahead in denies, especially since he's got that Jingu to work with versus a Timber. Ammar's still getting his farm, though. It's not like he's getting pushed out.
See a bit more focused around the mid area. 4 minutes.
First Taiga. He's thinking about it.
I mean, Tims wants to dive.
If he hits that Spirit, it's a kill. Seb? Ooh. Tried to refill the bottle, but I think he made a mistake. I think he messed up. Did he pass it over too quickly?
I was going to say, I'm seeing an empty bottle here on my screen.
I think he passed it before
Tiger
it ended up getting the regen. Oh.
There's first blood, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom lane, Tiger and Tim. They've really been going at it with each other. But at the end of it all, Tiger will be the victor for now.
330 movement speed. You know, the Phoenix, he got the dive in, but when you look at Phoenix, 280 move speed. Oh, Tiger was able to get in range quite easily. Now we'll see the TP mid. Since Tims did die, he's going to look to refill Yopaj's bottle. And he will actually refill it.
Well, this is the thing, right? Because of that situation with BZM.
He has to go to base.
He's got to walk back to base.
Yeah, that's a bit painful.
That actually hurts there. So, I mean, what you said, what do you reckon happened? Just the pass over was happening too slow after the TP in?
I think he waited. I think he passed it to the mid laner too fast. So what happens if you TP from base and they pass you the bottle, you have to give it a second so that it fills, because you still have that fountain on you. I think he gave it to the Ember before that it actually refilled on top of him. So it happens. At least that's what I think I saw.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those rare situations where being really good at the game and really fast with your actions can actually work against you. Yeah. You know, if Seb was a few thousand MMR lower, he probably would have been able to fill that bottle with sort of the boomer reactions that people like me have.
Yopaj is 6 now too, so trying to take advantage of this. They're glyphing the wave, going for the kill on BZM.
They're going to see if they get the setup here. Remnant into the cookie, but BZM, sleight of fist dodge. To simulate damage, not enough to bring down BZM. TP's coming in. Yopaj and Skem, they've got to back off. Seb, few right clicks, he needs another. Whoa, the pulse sits up in time. Protecting him for those final few right clicks. Tiger tries to reach in to get that last hit off. BZM, he'll still get the job done. Jumps in with the remnants. OG, they get the kill on Yopaj.
3v3 in the mid lane. Right around this power rune too. Who's going to get it? It's going to spawn top. BZM comes out ahead now after all this. Crazy how that ends up happening when they go for the aggressive play and Boom can't actually finish him off.
Easy courier here for Jackie. I mean, there's definitely got to be some sort of concern here for OG. The fact that there is this Monkey King in the safe lane getting perfect farm. You know, Jackie, he's going to be on track to have an insane Battle Fury timing this game if they don't start putting some pressure on towards him.
They can, though. Ammar almost level 6. That's when they can definitely look to go for this bottom. Tims.
He gets his revenge. But he should die for this one, Yuragi.
Ooh. He's got a rift.
Whoop. Tims making him work for it. But he still goes down. Yuragi also used the courier to tease around with the Phoenix.
Now they're trying to look to actually set up for Ammar. Jackie, level 3 Jingu.
I mean, I don't know if he's trying to damage to kill the tip. Oh, turn for Seb instead. Easy boundless strike there for Jackie. Sets up for Skem to jump in.
A big
slam down here on the head of Seb. Takes him out.
Coming out slightly ahead in the lanes is, I think we expected a bit here for Boom with the way that they set up, especially that Monkey King versus the Timber. Bottom, though.
I'm going to try and make a bit of a move onto FBZ, but Tims, he's around. So Yuragi and Tiger can't go as aggressive as they'd hoped for. So Yopaj, he's ready to dive. They've got the arena down, trapping Yuragi. They've got the spear connection as well into the Remnant. There's nowhere for the CK to go as he's completely controlled by Boom.
And it's a really good rotation. They still have the catapult alive. So this is going to put pressure onto this bottom tower. They also have Skem soaking mid. This is an excellent move from Boom right now. How's OG going to respond?
Seb continues to sit top to try and harass Jackie's Monkey King, but as I say, Jackie, he doesn't care at all.
I don't know if they can defend this. I mean, they're pinging it at the moment, but Ammar is kind of low on resources. They might have to bring the Ember and the CK. Let's see. CK's coming down. Starting to de-push a little bit with Taiga. Okay, they'll be able to push him away.
And back over in the mid.
Skem.
BZM was trying to take Skem out, but Yopaj, he's got Skem covered, and the sleight of fist won't quite catch Skem. Even if it did, there was only this second level, so it wouldn't have killed him. And a good move from Yopaj, keeping his support safe.
He moved back mid very quickly, making sure that he gets the power rune instead of continuing to play around bottom. I should think I like that move quite a lot. They could have maybe fully pushed and taken the tier 1 bottom, but I think he really wanted to make sure that Scam doesn't die and that he takes over the mid. Cool move.
Have a mark. He's pinging the top tier 1. He's back to being on his own up here, though. He's hit the 6. Wants to get aggressive onto Jackie, but Skem's here to help Jackie out. Amar, he can't do this on his own.
Only has 2 points in the reactive right now, too. Did go for the 3 points in Timber Chain just to be able to get away from the Monkey King easier. Does make him a bit squishier. They are starting to ping him. It looks like Jackie wants to maybe set up for this.
He's going to have the backup of Seb, Amar.
BZM's starting to steal some stacks, but he spotted Yopaj. Seems to know this is up. 3v3 up top again now.
So who's going to commit first? Yeah, BZM. He's going to opt out of this area.
And they will finish off that bottom tower in the meantime. FBZ.
Yopaj clearing the stacks, finding himself a nice Fairies trinket. Still ready to hover around this top area, Scam.
Oh.
Some help there from the Centaur.
That may have maybe saved his life, potentially.
Nice. It's going to allow him to live long enough to get the cookie off. The power shot missed, so Scam is able to walk away.
Nice shackle.
Seb, he's in with the shackle. They're going to try and burst through Jackie. Get the Wukong's command off. The Jingu Mastery comes from him, and he cannot lifesteal enough against these 3 as they bring down the Monkey King finally.
Great rotation coming in. BZM just sneaking up there. I don't think they expected it. Playing pretty risky, right? The execution at its finest, as I think SPG was saying. Like, execution is going to be a big thing to watch for OG when it feels like they are playing into this really tough draft.
Yeah, they needed that kill. They have to try and slow down Jackie somehow, as he was having such a free start in that top lane.
And they're starting out to get their own tower damage, which can be pretty significant this game because they are a bit lacking on that tower damage. They do have Pugna, but as we've said multiple times now, you know, that 5 Pugna is very different.
See Jackie. He's going to look for the setup here. Boundless straight into the pullback of the Remnant. They catch BZM.
What a chain stun.
A very quick jump there from Boom that BZM, he just was not ready for at all.
FBZ's getting the time of his life in the bottom lane now. The Mars uncontested. Gonna have a very early Blink Dagger. Also, Phase Boots finished up top of the board.
And a brilliant game for the Mars, you know, as I mentioned with the draft. He gets in with these Blink Arenas, and the team fight is going to be incredibly difficult for OG to fight back against. In the mid.
Tiger.
Getting aggressive on Tiger, but not enough burst, and Seb's in with the TP, so Yopaj has to fall back. Same to be said here for Tims. He's already used the dive, though. Doesn't matter, he can still walk out of this, and TPs are coming in.
The pesky Nether Ward. They can't forget about that damage reduction.
FBZ's maybe seeing if he can get an arena opportunity here. The Remnant is going to grab the Pugna. They get the pull back, and straight away with the burst, FBZ can take down Tiger. As waltzes in, drops down an arena, takes the kill, and walks out.
Continuing to play very aggressive on the side of Boom, but not really pulling too much ahead, though. It's still very even game.
We'll see BZM. He's trying to get FBZ in return. Skem's got him covered, feeds him a cookie, and he's on his way out to safety.
Rallying the forces around the tower. OG making sure they do not lose that one here. Now we're seeing some stacks going on. I believe also OG stacking their own. Ancients now tripled.
Oh, good rune here for BZM. DD for the next fight.
That could be a game changer.
Is one of those explosive ones in particular for an Ember Spirit.
I think like they're trying to go for this play bottom, but it's under vision. OG sees it coming. BZM, as we said, DD's in the bottle.
Well, Seb's going to get jumped upon. Let's see what BZM can do with the DD. He's already lost Seb. There's the slight fist hits coming in hard. And FBC tries to run, but enough mana's there for BZM to jump in with a Remnant and take the kill on the Mars.
That's a lot of gold.
Back over in the mid, Tiger. He's met a bit of a nasty surprise here, trying to stand his ground against Jackie. And it's not going to happen, especially when the backup Tims is right by the Monkey King. Down bottom, BZM, he's still trying for Yopaj.
I love this battle.
But Yopaj, he's got backup, Skems in with the cookie. They've got the Remnant. BZM gets baited in by Yopaj. A TP in, and boom. It's just sort of these little interactions, these sort of responses and support moves that in those sort of situations where OG's cores are going for the kills, they're getting outplayed by the reaction of Boom.
Scam is so high level now. Level 8 on the 5-position Snapfire after some of these kills.
And I feel we're 13 minutes in, but Scam is... I've sort of lost count at the times that he's actually been able to catch BZM with these cookie plays. These cookies, and he's always on top of the Ember Spirit.
BZM has to watch how hard he overplays his hand there. Just getting chain stunned a few times now that we've seen. And this, I think it's pretty impactful that this Snapfire is having such a good game so early on in the levels. A 5-position snap in this game versus the Pugna Ward. If he gets levels, he'll have Little Strider to deal with it. He has the Kisses that's going to be really good versus the CK as well as that Timber saw early on. They're going to get aggressive with this. I think this is the right move.
Yeah, they've got the ultimates. This is, you know, the combo. You know, we've seen sort of kills here and there, yet to have a fully fledged team fight now. It's absolutely time for Boom to look to bring it towards OG. Ooh, that was close there. Don't quite get in with the remnants, so BZM's going to be okay. In fact, maybe looking at going back in on this.
The Pugna Ward is down.
OG's going to try and lead in towards FBZ. FBZ trying to stand his ground, but Amar's got the control. Quick cookie to the side to try and break FBZ away from the team. He turns, gets the spear off. They have the Kisses as well. Amar, he's in trouble. Locked down by the Balance Strike. They get the catch on Seb as well. Seb cannot run from this. Joe Patch finishes him off with his Assimilate. Boom. They went looking for a fight. OG, they see them coming. And then they sort of decide that maybe we can take this back ourselves. They run back at Boom, but it all ends up working out for Boom perfectly.
The second that Boom gets out of range of that Nether Ward, they commit for the fight. Like, look at this OG. I think they overextend just a tiny bit, and Boom's like, guys, we have like 5 different team fight heroes. Look at their draft. We can just full commit onto this Timber. There's nothing that OG can do to respond.
And again, Scam, great Snapfire play. As soon as he realizes the turnaround is going to be happening, he gets those Kisses going. He knows the team's going to have to lock down.
OG just has to be very careful about how they play versus this teamfight lineup. They have to play around the Nether Ward. If they distance themselves from Nether Ward, Boom will just take the fight on top of it.
I see immediately Boom continue to keep the pressure up. The 3 of them smoked up and ready to go. They're looking for Yuragi.
It's an Arcane Rune too.
See if they can burst through this CK. Got the setup to start things off. Remnant into the cookie, keeping him locked down and no chance of turning with a stun or anything.
Shackle.
See the jump for BZM. The Supernova's out. They've got to be a little careful because they're not going to be able to take down the egg here, OG. Yopatch, he's able to run. The Supernova's done, holds the back. Scam finally gets taken out by the Sleight of Fist. So OG, they find something in return there. They take out Scam. He's a valuable kill, but still not quite the core maybe that they would have hoped to get in return for losing their carry.
They're going for more. Yopatch, he's still hanging around.
Seb, he's been found. The setup, yours. Into the Remnant, Seb. And he's going to get speared to the tree. No chance for him. As Jackie claims the kill, an easy boundless strike from the side. They're happy. The carry's happy.
This game is constant aggression. 16 minutes in, 19 kills already.
I mean,
Arun.
Oh, see around the river. That FPZ's going to try and grab it here. OG will try and punish him for this, but the arena's down. Yuragi, once again in a dangerous spot. Put the Phantasm, turns to FPZ, pulls him back with the boundless. The Kisses again. Scab immediately ready with the follow-up ultimate. As Yuragi dies at the front of the fight.
They just can layer their spells so often. They have so much teamfight that we see like an egg up top. They commit 2 different teamfight spells, and then they have another 2 or 3 teamfight spells for this bottom fight.
The ultimates are just deadly here from Boom.
Especially onto Yuragi. That's twice now, back-to-back, that he gets brought down. As we said, it can definitely look to be a tough CK game. He's top of the farm, but seeing him now twice back-to-back, not easy for him to commit into a fight.
And just the speed and realization from Boom when they can turn and commit back with the ult. You see Scam gets into position, and as soon as he knows that Jackie's got the stun to go, the Kisses are coming in, and Yuragi doesn't stand a chance.
They're even hunting again, looking for Amar, but he distances himself. I thought Tim's was going to get the shard right away. I actually was looking at the Phoenix. I was checking to see if in that fight, if he had it. Looks like he's going for a BKB early. Bit interesting. I thought he just would immediately rush shard on Phoenix this game because it's so good.
See what OG can get in the mid. They've got FBZ. Surely he's dead this time. Indeed he is. They'll be able to burst through the Mars. They'll look for more. They'll jump in towards Scam. Scam's away, OG. They'll settle for the tower. On top of taking down FBZ.
Again, 13-8, but still seeing OG. Even though we're talking about all these big team fight ults and everything, they're still keeping themselves up in the gold.
And once Yuragi has got his next item, really, when he has the BKB and the armlet, then of course these sort of team fight ultimates that have been threatening him up to this point, he won't need to worry about at all.
He'll still have to worry about Jackie, because he is pretty huge on this Monkey King, also fighting Brigand's Blade. The Battle Fury's done, so his speed of farm is going to increase that much faster than the CK now at this point. And going straight for BKB, so wanting to just completely commit into the fight.
I mean, he wants to fight.
Yeah, it's not about greed, as we said. Jackie, he did have, I think he had the XQ for a second, but he wants to fight.
Yeah, both teams want to fight. This game, it's very clear to see 8-13, 18 minutes in, less than 1k gold in it at the moment.
Another power rune for Yopaj, a haste.
He's going to try and tickle Seb here in the mid.
Just clearing out the wave. Scam. He's spotted in the back lines.
They're going to try and jump him. See if they can get rid of the Snapfire. They'll catch him. A great catch here for OG. We've seen how much of a nuisance Skem's been in these drawn-out team fights. They can get rid of the Snapfire. They know that they can try and push, get aggressive, maybe look for something else. And here we have it. Smoke up straight away. There's no threat of the kisses. They want to look for a team fight, OG.
Boom prepared on this high ground.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Swinging FBZ over too. It seems like they know this is coming. 4 seconds till Scam.
Dire's middle tower
Boom indeed, making sure they're not quite caught here whilst they're down 4 versus 5. Scam's back in play.
They don't want to... I mean, they were set up in that area if they got, like, them walking into them up to the high ground, but fighting in that area right now doesn't really gain them much. So I think that backing up, finishing up these items, in particular, Jackie's BKB is the right call. That's very close to it. 300 gold till BKB's done on him. And it's going to be pretty similar timing. Yeah, him and Yuragi.
Now the Boom's got the full team back in. They're ready to collapse once more towards this mid lane. OG, they're prepared. You know, they're fully aware of exactly how Boom's trying to play.
Got to be careful how far they overcommit to. Do see that Seb, he's got the Gale Force. Just want to point out they got Philosopher's Stone on Seb. Also on the other side, Boom, they do have Philosopher's Stone. So these 4 positions, we will see them continue to grow during these passive moments. Playing around power runes continuously. Boom. Immediately dashing toward bottom. It's not the best one.
middle tower is under attack.
They do have vision of Jackie right now farming in the jungle on the side of OG. And we'll catch a scan on bottom. Both teams just reading the plays.
And they've calmed things down. They're avoiding one another. And really is sort of just this period where, as you say, they're waiting for that next round of big items for their cause.
They both do have the BKB though, so I think both teams could look for the engagement here.
You see, he's got the catch. The Gale is going to start blowing Boom back towards their side of the river, so it's hard to follow up on that and go for Tiger.
The Nether Ward got placed. I think they try to kill him before it gets placed, but boom, it gets dropped down and they have to back away. Can't fight into that. And we do see, of course, looking at the Pugna, a very traditional build that I think we're getting used to seeing. The damage reduction, the Wraith Pact. Taiga is rushing it on this Pugna. So yeah, they'll have Pugna Vlad, something that we're getting used to seeing. It's something that's kind of strange, but makes a lot of sense. This damage reduction feels like it is going to be something that could counteract that, right? We are talking so much about how the CK, he's countered by all these big spells, the percent damage and everything that Boom has gone for. This could just be what actually turns the tide to allow that CK to fight through it all.
Absolutely, especially when you add sort of the pipe as well into the equation that Seb's going to try and build up for the team.
Oh, pipe? Okay, cool. That's a bit interesting.
So you're sort of just on top of that, or you're blocking damage, you're reducing damage for the team, for your CK. Make it a little bit harder for Boom to blow up the heroes in the explosive team fight combo they have.
I've seen Scam get a ton of D-wards this game too, but I've still seen that OG has had good vision, which is a bit surprising, even though I've seen so many of them done. Power shot to Scout, Seb. He seems to know something's up.
Piece continuing here.
It does.
Jackie. BKB done and towards the Ags next. Of course, same for Yuragi. BKB complete and he's looking for that Blink Dagger.
Ah, and a cool one. He's adapting a little bit. We've seen the Bloodthorn build in the past a couple times on CK. He's got the Mage Slayer done. So since he's playing into Void Spirit and again, damage manipulation,
I mean,
right? Just keep reducing the damage somehow. We're gonna have a Wraith Pact, a Pugna Ward, a Mage Slayer. I mean, somebody do the maths on that. Once you've added it all together, it's still the numbers sort of imply that Boom's just going to be hurting themselves with their spells. It's going to be turned around that much with all these reductions coming into play. It's going to be pretty impactful versus the Void Spirit. I think it's going to be tough at least for him to get it ever onto like a Phoenix in particular, because this Phoenix will be in the back line. But yeah, really cool pickup. And it just gives him magic resistance too. It's something else we can't just write off. It's not just about the spell damage reduction. He's going to just have that increased magic resist too. Yeah, and cool. That's the question, actually. Can you Mage Slayer passive debuff the egg and reduce the amount of burn damage it's kicking out? I do not believe so. I don't think it'll be affected by debuff. You wouldn't imagine, though. You never know. Smoked up. Still no Shard picked up on Tim. So I'm really surprised that he's just really committing for this BKB. The Shard tends to be something that we do see picked up a lot now, especially. The slow just is amazing, really. And since, as we've said multiple times, them killing the egg can still be problematic, so that stun rate could be huge during it. But yeah, we'll see. Boom.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Smoke's going to get dispelled here. Seb and Uragi. Towards the river. Not interested in making the jump themselves. For OG, they want to be much more responsive.
Boom just feels awkward because they haven't taken out that mid tower yet. They can't actually make the moves that I think their lineup would have been wanting to do in fighting in these areas, getting more vision with the Monkey King jumping along. But yeah, this tier 1 tower mid is just really causing them not to be able to really pressure OG much. And we're seeing OG, they're farming really well. All 3 cores.
The biggest sort of difference really between Amar and FBZ when it comes to the offlaner farm. As FBZ has a Mars, really wanted to rely on getting more action done with that Blink Dagger pickup, but OG for the last 5 minutes or so at least, they've just not been allowing Boom to catch them by surprise.
And then they're running. I feel like I'm just seeing 3-4 heroes running together constantly. And now Boom. All right. I keep saying Boom, there's something exciting. I shouldn't be doing that, but Wraith Pact is done for Taiga. So this is, as we're saying, this could be their timing. Just reduce all that damage, and then the CK just might not be killable. Same for Timber.
Well, we'll have to see indeed if with all this coming into an equation, if Boom's ults really don't do that much damage at all.
Oh my God,
Scam. Goodbye.
That was close. Shard now picked up for Scam. So another really strong Shard versus the CK, just because even if he has BKB, you can deal with Phantasm, more chain stun too.
This is it's going to be quite a nice pick up taking this tier 2 tower. This tier 2 tower is going to get on with the next push. OG indeed ignoring that and opting to try towards the Roshan.
This is a really nice sneaky move from them. Like Boom's like, wait, what's going on?
I was going to say, Boom's got to realize that they're off the map.
Yeah, they're like, nobody's showing mid.
Yeah. And ooh, Uragi!
They get
the jump. They get a jump stone straight away onto Yopash. He was not ready for that one.
Cookie's still on cooldown. Scam had used it before. Didn't have anything to save him, and now that is the Roche. OG.
And with Yopash gone, it's unlikely that Boom's going to be able to try and fight OG around this. A very, very quick move there as Yopash, he wasn't ready at all.
That blink completely caught them off guard from Uragi.
Yeah.
He did just get it, so. That's a painful one.
I'll see it again. The quick jump.
It was fast. It was right on top of him, so it didn't really have too much time to react.
Of course, Dissimilate itself was on cooldown, and that sometimes can be sort of the go-to responsive spell to try and dodge that sort of jump.
Yeah, it was both. They didn't have Cookie, they didn't have Dissimilate, so yeah, just it caught them off guard completely. They did get the mid tower out of it, and as you mentioned, bottom almost taken out from Jackie.
Try it. So they can get the kill on Seb.
He's got the hood, he's tankier.
As FBZ's in from the side with the rebuke and the spear, they get the kill. But OG, of course, they'll try and take this fight underneath the tier 2 tower. Jackie pots the BKB in the Wukong's command. Jiragi and BZM going straight towards him. But he's into the trees, and he's off for the escape now. They lost Tim's, and they lose FBZ off the back of trying for that tier 2 tower boom.
And now Yuragi's got that big timing that we always mention for CK. He's already level 20. So the BKBs that are out for the Mars, the BKB that's out for the Monkey King, he's going to just be able to commit right through these heroes pretty easily. Yeah, that's massive.
And you can sort of see that, again, the continued trajectory for the farm of the cores in this game. I think from Boom's side of things, it's really going to rest rather heavily on Jackie's shoulders to be able to carry as this Monkey King on his own, really. As the other cores, you know, the Void Spirit, Mars, just in terms of the concept of the heroes, they're unlikely to really ever catch up to the farm that OG's cores are getting in this style of game.
No, absolutely. And it feels like OG, they're kind of like throwing these supports out in front of Boom, and Boom's a couple of these times have gone for the kills, and it's really hurt them. Like, even though they get Seb, that is a pretty huge win for OG. It's happened a couple times, even like Taiga getting caught what looks like out of position. Yeah, it feels like OG's kind of just like, you know, putting the lure out there for Boom to take.
So we're going to set up around the mid. They're looking at Uragi, but 3 minutes left on the Aegis still. Very hard hero to commit on.
He's tanky now too. He's got the Titan Sliver built on top of that Mage Slayer. And look at his magic resist. 49% magic resist on the CK.
That's a lot. Oh, he's going to try and get the jump in. Spear off the mark. FBZ's not able to send him back towards the rest of the team. Over to the side to get the Shackle shot. He's caught Scam. Steve Tim's coming in with the summary. They get the Wukong's command off, and they will be able to take Uragi down once. And BZM couldn't get out at the ult in time. They've lost the Ember. Uragi respawns, but he's straight back into a Remnant. The Yopaj has prepared as Boom They'll take this team fight despite the Aegis on the CK, and they're not done yet. They'll move over towards Tiger. Tiger taken down. Zamar is going to look to try and find some sort of trade here for his team, but he can't quite finish off Skem. FBZ's got the spear back up, pins Amar in towards the wall. Amar will opt for the TP out. They got anything to put a stop to it. They do. Boundless strike back up and ready. Jackie puts the stop to Amar's escape. As Boom, they get the team fight they were hunting for, and in a sort of situation that was not easy to do. That was into the Aegis that Yuragi was carrying, but OG, they just couldn't save or protect their CK.
They got everything, just every single one of those team fight ults. Now this time they did connect. It did look like a good move from Seb to kind of start the fight off, but it quickly ends in disaster. BZM low mana also just gets annihilated. I think he died almost instantly there.
That physical damage cut him down in a second there.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I think he sort of overestimated how long he was going to be able to keep himself alive with that BKB, that magic immunity. BZM just gets destroyed. Back over in the mid, Skem. He's actually going to be able to get the cookie off in time. Popping the BKB, he really wanted Skem, but he's going to be off the mark with a sleight of fist. Skem, he'll walk off into the sunset.
As Jackie continues to grow. That was a huge moment, really, for Boom to just really start getting control of this game back again.
Massive fight.
Tim's almost has Shard. They have a Scotty soon finished up on Jackie. Everyone kind of just finished up one of those big items, and that OG really has to be careful. It still is this humongous team fight that Boom does have.
And back on with the next play here, Boom. I'm able to catch the bug now. Yuragi's going to jump in. He's looking towards Skem. Skem will cookie off to the side. FBZ is going to opt to BKB TP out of this. Boom. They want to cut their losses on this fight.
Every time they go for the supports, it feels like they lose the fight. Taiga's still alive. He got the Nether Ward down. He got the Wraith Pack down.
Oh, it's got to be careful there. Did walk past because the Aghanim's Monkey King illusions.
Crazy game. Back and forth. Jackie. We'll get the jump away.
Nice. He's got to be a little careful playing around. Seb, he's got a few ways to cut him down, but he's up across the trees, and Jackie should... Yeah, he's very close to having his next item done. Trying up 1,000 gold, and that Scotty will be complete.
He is continuing to be huge, and it is eyes on him for being that true carry versus the CK as he continues to lead the board.
Yeah, I mean, that was really sort of the big damage coming out in that last team fight. It was when OG try and commit for kills, and somehow, suddenly they find themselves in the midst of a Wukong's command. That's when they know they're in a bit of a bad spot, and Jackie is going to take them down one by one.
Overwhelming damage, really, from Boom when they get everything. Every one of their ults off.
Yeah, and we see that being respected here by Amar as well with his build, picking up the BKB to make sure that he's not going to get trapped anywhere.
I think just to stop these chain stun too, as we've been seeing Boom so many times in this game that they are able to hold down these targets really easily, even the elusive ones like Amar. Boom. Being aggressive again. And we're seeing Scam, of course, also going to be going for a Wraith Pact, which I think we're going to be seeing every game in this tournament very quickly. If we haven't already.
Boom. Now look for these towers. Still, again, the gold so incredibly close overall. They get the jump. BCM,
he has a gem too. They just picked it up for him and he gets brought down.
I mean, they saw sort of them hitting the tower, but obviously they didn't have any vision around here. BZM, I guess he just didn't expect there was going to be more than Scam in the neighborhood.
FBZ was just perfectly positioned, either smoke or invis on the side there. He just jumped in and caught him. He caught a glimpse of him.
I mean, that's huge. As you said, with the gem changing hands there as well.
I think they just picked it up not too long ago.
Oh, we'll see it here. A quick catch, and once he's caught in that opening stun, as we say, Boom's got so much follow-up. And let's just straight down mid. They're going to start taking a set of racks here. As BZM does have buyback, we'll see if he's going to consider using it. Tiger goes down. Now BZM will buy back for this one, but Seb also caught in the arena, goes down. Boom, they'll take the mid racks. OG, they're going to be able to punish them at all for this. They'll burst through Scam. Mar cuts through to the side. OG, they'll focus the egg. They'll take it out. So if they can get more kills, they also find themselves FBZ. Look towards Jackie. What can he do on his own here? He's into the trees. He's going to be able to Primal Spring pretty far away. The stun, of course, will eventually connect. The longest Chaos Bolt you'll ever see.
And he will get away. Buyback from BZM and buyback from Tiger.
And they still lost the melee racks in the mid, so Boom, they got what they came for.
Where's the gem? Looks like it's in the mid. Oh, I guess it's forgotten. It's in the right around the mid lane. Yeah, right there. I see Courier's flying out for it.
Oh, yeah, I was
on
gonna
the side
say.
of Dire. Yeah, Boom's like, yo, they know where that gem is. I think OG didn't see it.
Yeah, it looks like Tim's at least is definitely sending it out towards that area. Oh, it's been pinged.
Seb just walked right past it.
No, he didn't see it.
I know,
he didn't. Oh no, he's going to see it now.
Maybe?
He's seen it.
He sees it.
He's seen it.
Ha ha ha. He did get it back. He's like, oh, thank you. Didn't get the base ward. Didn't get to see that one quite yet. But to get themselves on the map, looking for something while the Mars is still dead. 50 seconds on Supernova 2, so OG perhaps looking to try something here. A bit risky still, because BZM did have to use the buyback before. But trying to at least get some aggressive vision down since they have a moment. And they will also get time to claim themselves an Arcane Rune. So maybe another thing that could perhaps change the tide of the next fight. Still seeing it, it can be hard once Boom is able to actually get off their ultimates. Still can be hard for OG to fight back. And Boom smoking. They want this fight. Jackie near 25.
I mean, this is the thing as well. BZM's just TP'd back to base. He laid down a Remnant. I wonder if Boom's going to be able to find that Remnant before he heads back over.
He has finished up the whole Aghanims and that Arcane Room. So it should be a really strong Ember if he doesn't die right away.
Jump towards Amar. They catch him in the Remnant. He has got BKB. He's able to get it off in time. The WQHD command's down. Tims gets destroyed completely by Uragi. Jump forward from FBC, but they've all got BKBs up at the moment. No one to spare. They'll look to lock down Uragi. His BKB coming to an end as he's trapped in the arena. Pinned to the wall by the spear. They bring down the CK. Jackie trying to stand his ground. BZM to the side. Jopash, he's controlling him here with the silence into the Yules. BZM, has he got anything else to jump forward with? He'll try and turn with the slight chains. Jackie opts to heal up off the creeps.
That vision they just placed, literally just from them smoking out, or moving out at least with the Rune Ranger and getting the vision up, is what allows them to get jumps.
He's in with the blink jump. The Shackle's there.
And another one.
There's going to be a buyback now coming out from Skem. They need to try and punish OG there for getting that big kill onto the mid. See them jump for Skem, but Skem also going to get taken out. Mar with the triple.
Huge moves, and it's all around that vision. I really just being able to put those wards down before Boom was out on the map allows them to get these jumps back to back to back. Big plays.
Yeah, that blink shackle there from Seb, securing a kill on Yopaj.
Quick movements though, look at bottom. They're already on top of Amar.
BKB still on cooldown for 7 seconds. Has he got any way out of this? He has the Yules.
He's tanky.
Not even gonna need to use it, just leave the chain away. In fact, they might want to go back in. Seb use the Gale to blow Jackie back towards him. Jackie, BKB at the ready. He's out of that. 21 to 22. Less than 1K. This game
super
continuing to fall so close right now.
You see that Boom is riding. They're drawing around this area knowing that OG has vision up there. They have to clear out those wards. They can't fight in that area again. As Taiga walks into Rosh and it spawns immediately.
I mean, Rosh is up, yeah, and with two heroes still down on Boom.
And the BKB on Jackie cooldown for 45. Yeah, I think OG's got a window.
As a full hex on Amar. OG.
They still have this. They still have that deep vision. I think it's really going to be something like Boom. If they look to fight around this area,
we're going to see FBZ try and take some of it down. But Seb will respond immediately here with the shackles into the Gale Force. Try and use a cookie here to separate FBZ from the jump. Amar, he's ready to commit and goes in with the BKB. Big jump over from BZM. The BKB's out return from Boom's cause. As Boom will step out to the side, drop down the Wukong's command here from Jackie.
That means no Wukongs for the fight around Rosh.
And they all use the BKBs, of course, as well then. So now it's very hard for Boom to get towards this pit unless they look for some sort of incredible steal from Yopaj jumping in. But at the moment, Seb and BZM, they're keeping Yopaj busy off to the side. The shackle's there. Yopaj is caught in the combo. He's gone.
And the egg.
No buyback for him. They'll focus towards the Supernova. Uragi, is he able to finish off? But he's not. The Supernova goes off successfully. Tims dives out to the side. Skem jumps in with the cookie onto Amar and Uragi. But he hasn't got enough damage to do anything more than that. As there's 2 dead on Boom, jump forward from OG, getting the catch onto Tim, Jiragi cleaning up.
Wow, Amar just bodying, right? He's just jumping into the fight, forcing Boom to fight in that area, forcing them to use BKBs, use cooldowns in areas that they didn't want to. And then Sab getting some beautiful shots.
These shackles are definitely getting in the head of Yopaj.
That's multiple times now they're able to get him. I think he thinks he might be like, okay, because he's so far, but they have such easy ways to get on top of him with that Ember Spirit Axe and the Timber.
As we see, a successful Supernova, but really as we've seen all these sort of items and that OG's been able to pick up at this point, the combo, the ultimate combo that Boom have just doesn't hit the same as it would have done 15, 20 minutes ago.
It feels like most of their damage is going to be coming out just from Jackie. And in that fight, he had to TP out. As we said, BKB was still on cooldown, used the Wukongs in a bit of an awkward position. Then when he got back in, couldn't really commit onto anybody. Yeah, OG masterclassing the team fights around the big team fight ultimate, says Seb.
See if Jackie can take this out on his own. It's a lot of damage, but Seb was able to get the win run off. And with that in mind, he's going to be fine. Seb, able to survive. Jackie's going to have to head back because...
That's no Wukongs now for the fight. He went for a solo kill on the 5-position win ranger, so for the push now, he won't have that. 60 seconds.
Yeah, lacking a few of the ultimates. Supernova still on cooldown for 15.
Yopaj.
He's been hexed. Cooking him out to the side. Already, Aragi was able to finally jump onto Tims. Tims might have to consider using the buyback here if they want to defend their barracks. 10 seconds until FBZ's back in. The tier 3 down in the mid, OG. On towards the barracks. Will Boom be able to bring any sort of fight before the melee racks falls? Jackie trying to slow them down. FBZ jumps in, they get the spear back on BZM. They're going to look to burst through the air, but they're taking him out. BZM's gone. Cookie for Mar reacts in time with the
Jackie.
BKB. They've hexed the Monkey King. Jackie's in trouble. They can't get him out of this. Jackie's out of the game for 100. The kisses from Stem as Boom. They'll attempt to push him out the full of another spear back. Again, FBZ, huge catch onto a core of OG as he catches Amar. They may have lost Jackie, but this time round the spears bang on from FBZ as it will secure them 2 core kills, push back OG and keep that mid melee racks alive.
And a beautiful buyback from Tims. As soon as they kind of overcommit on OG a little bit, he gets that connection, the egg in perfect position. But yeah, all eyes on FBZ really. Those 2 spears, so super clutch. Getting their lanes back out. Still 60 seconds, no Jackie. Yaragi's still unbelievably strong. Noting out that he has 6,500 gold on this CK. So for his next
Yeah,
item...
he's got a lot of money. He's got to go shopping here.
Yeah.
I mean, that money's not going to do much sitting in his bank account.
He's lacking a slot at the moment because of that Aegis. We've seen the Arcane blink a couple times, so maybe he wants to just wait until he can't have that slot available for the Scotty.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable, right? The strength of the Scotty, in particular against that carry Monkey King, is going to be huge.
Yaragi finds a quick, easy kill. Delete Scam. Level 25 also point out on the CK done. Yes, yeah, this CK who was very addressed from many things that Boom seemed to have gone for in the draft. Yaragi still somehow finding target after target.
FBC.
Immediately TPs. 70 seconds, no BKB on the Mars.
Still 2 minutes to push with the Aegis here.
Their lanes, though, bottom and top, kind of shoved in really hard on the side of OG. And oh, Boom maybe doing something a bit unexpected. Looks like they're grouping up potentially for a smoke. With only 4 heroes.
I mean, it'd be a bit of a risk if they do it before Scem's back up. They need every bit of damage they can get. And it looks like they leave the base here. 14 seconds until the Snapfire returns. Jackie's going to start leading out on the hunt.
Oh, Tiger smoke breaks.
I mean, Raki's going to get in, but immediately the BKB's there from Jackie. No time, but Tims, he's falling low. Tims, is he able to get his node off in time? He's not. Tims goes down. Uragi falls in return, but he has that Aegis. He's going to be back for a second round. The Wukong's command surrounding him. They get the spear straight away. FBZ locks down the CK. A defensive decrepify, that means they can't continue to focus Uragi down. Over to the side, the Hex onto FBZ. Jackie's been left behind. He's trapped in the middle. He's trying to lifesteal back up. The kisses from Scam do the damage to take out Uragi. Dissimulate. Off to the side, Uragi's trying to chase down BZM. A Boom, they've lost 3. It's just down to Scam and Jopaj. And Scam, he's got to run. Turns with a quick shot over towards Steps. He did actually manage to find BZM, but the Hex is there from Amar. Amar takes him out at the end of it all. Only Scam surviving. OG, just the 2 of them, Seb and Amar.
Monkey King did 13,400 damage in that last fight, by the way. Just want to point that out, because they were standing on his statues the whole time, so it's getting cleaved up and everything. But the important thing is, OG just finding Tims every single time. Yaragi's got a number. That fight could have been really problematic. If Tim survived using gag off there, we could have seen...
Was it BKB on down?
I think he just got caught.
He had a chance to get it off.
Yeah, he just got up so quickly from the CK.
Now we'll see the 2 of them, Seb and Amar.
Amar is playing like baller this game, really. The Hex in particular has paid off dividends multiple times. Not just his playstyle, running in and tanking every spell.
I mean, look at this as well. This lad's queuing up a Moonshard next on the Timber Saw.
Buy it for the CK, why not?
And come on, it's Amar. He's buying it for himself.
He's got a Daedalus queued up as well. Click the Timber. He's got Daedalus queued.
Hey, dude, he's going right click.
I'm not like there.
It's Amar. He's gonna want to. He's gonna go Moonshard Daedalus. Let's go.
Committing scam.
What? Got the heal.
Shackle though.
Oh, it's a great shackle there. Seb, he's caught the two of them. As that scam down. See if they can take out Tims. Tims, he's got the BKB and still has that Supernova, so they won't be able to commit for him.
Jackie's back too, but they gotta be careful.
I mean, you said they didn't have any egg hitters. Moonshard Timbersaw wants to prove otherwise. That's the plan here from Amar. Big brain stuff.
OG, they have all 5. Scam's still dead for a bit. I want to see what he buys.
I mean, well, you don't believe.
I don't.
No. If you see this man buy Moonshard and use it on himself.
Yeah, we've seen his mantas and stuff, but when he builds like his manta and all that in Timber, it makes sense because he's versus like a bunch of things he can disp. I mean, this is just, yeah, it's just funny. Mid lane, Yopaj. They want him.
Oh. That's the BKB there, the threat of any further catch getting him. They probably just want to run his step. The Gale Force blowing back FPZ. I get the Hex off onto him.
He's got the aesthetic cap though, so that Hex lasts a lot longer, a lot less.
He does have that BKB if necessary. It won't be here. He's off in time.
DD rune in the bottle for BZM. Almost so Shiva's about to be finished up, so an extra component to be able to perhaps reduce Jackie's healing even more that we've seen a couple times now. Jackie was able to hold his ground with the Satanic. A little bit more of that healing reduction could just make him not be able to stand his ground as long.
We're going to see a quick smoke move here from Boom. ROG going to expect this around a tier 2 defense.
What can they find?
All they really need is to be able to jump and delete a hero, delete a core.
Which they can do, as we've seen. Their chain stun has been on point this game.
BZM.
So BZM shows himself for a second.
Looking for that boundless strike opening jump forward from Yopaj. They're not able to get the catch on the Ember Spirit.
Oh, Jackie. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, he nearly lost his tree there. But he won't. Over to the side. Supernova's going to come out. BZM and Seb, they're focusing down the egg. See if they can take it in time. They can't.
Oh my god, FBC.
The Supernova's off successfully. The kiss is in for the side. The Wukong's Command and Arena are down, trapping Seb in. As Seb, he's going to get healed up by Tiger. He's trying to save the Windranger Tiger with these heals, but Seb still falls. 1-for-1 here between the two right now. Yopaj for Seb. See BZM try and chase. He's also got a DD rune here. These slider fists are hitting hard, but FPZ's in with a spear. FPZ! He jumps in. He catches BZM. BZM again. He's getting saved. Tiger keeping BZM alive. He'll get another slider fist out, but the God's Rebuke takes down BZM. He'll buy back. Look at it quickly. Returns the fight. The Remnant was down, so he's immediately back over. Triple kill as Yuragi's cleaning up Boom one by one. Boom. They've committed some buybacks themselves, but with Tim's going down, he's out for 80. No buyback. Over to the side, Scam. He bought back for this, but he'll also get cleaned up. But Yopaj, he's got to hide. He better not breathe. They can't find him. He bought back as well.
The damage numbers in this fight are just insane. BZM and Yuragi just ripping target to target apart. The start of the fight was interesting too, because FBZ actually bulwark blocked 2 or 3 of the Windranger hits in the initial start of the fight to allow the egg to go off. But holy crap,
that
what a wild fight.
You know, it didn't go great for Boom. It could have gone a lot worse there.
Look at FBZ. Bulwark, that was 1 hit absorbed, 2nd hit absorbed, and that's enough to let the egg go off. This is just crazy team fights from both sides.
Yeah, and honestly, as I say, you know, in terms of the defensive plays, Tiger's just sort of throwing out these decrepifies, using the life drain. Even in the situations where they get the kills, making it that much harder, that much more focus needed from Boom to actually finish off these cores.
Yopaj, he's forced to use the BKB.
And here's the push. OG looking for their second set of racks, and they should certainly get that at the least. 30 seconds really until Boom's going to be back up with the full team. FBZ and Jackie not wanting to use their buybacks, of course, whilst they're this low on the death timers.
tons of gold to spend. Again, as we mentioned, OG gonna go back up and finish up all these items. An Arcane Blink now on Yuragi. Timbersaw, as we said, not going for the Moon Shardon.
Disappointed.
He's got
Disappointed, Amar.
Sensible man.
I was going to say, this is, probably Seb bin on the squad, keeping him in check, saying, Amar, no Moonshard, not at least not now, not in game 1.
I mean, he definitely said something about it, though, because they had a giggle as soon as we saw it queued up as well. Boom. Still looking to fight back, though, Smoke, even though they're 20k behind. Seeing in these fights and still can be anybody's. Eyes really FBZ over and over again with these.
Yuragi! He's very, very deep here. And the rest of the team's starting to back him up.
Tims will use the rest of his BKB to clear out the vision. And FBZ now, a second set of ult. A second ult, BKB, as well as...
I'll tell you what, I feel for FBZ as well. These spears have been so fantastic.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see him get the shard,
That is true. He wanted the bigger picture, though.
Yeah,
right?
I guess he wants to go all in for the big one and do that refresher, but a shard would definitely feel rather nice if he's able to grab that next. I mean, already he's been landing these huge spears onto these elusive cores like BZM's Ember. Being able to pin 2 at a time would be pretty powerful.
Roche going down quick. He's got full Ags on it as well.
I mean, can they really jump this?
I mean, if Amar... That looks like a pretty nice item for Amar with all the build-up that he already has.
Oh, yeah, this Roche has gone. Boom. They can't... Oh, FBC's going to try. He's going to try, but the Roche has already gone down. Yuragi's picked up the Aegis. The Ags is on the ground. And CFBZ was not quite able to pick out any of it up by the looks of it. Now with the BKB coming to an end, FBC could be in trouble. No, the arena's down. Yuragi jumps over towards Seb. They've got the catch onto the CK. They'll burst through Yuragi.
He's got Aegis, he's got Cheese as well, and his BKB.
And Boom themselves, they've got the supernova from the high ground. So OG won't be able to force their way back up into Boom. And separate off to the side.
They reset really nicely on OG to avoid those ults. Boom has to retreat.
And they do so. Immediately out with the TPs. As Boom will get everybody out of there.
And they got every component of the Roshan too. The Aghanims goes to the Timber, the Cheese, I believe, and the Aegis goes to the CK.
Yep.
And I can't believe they retreat out of that area, not losing anybody.
I can't believe, Boom didn't lose more there. That was a very, very good escape from them. Pretty much all off the back of Tim's just covering that area with the high ground supernova, making sure that OG couldn't get back in on top of them.
OG's gonna look for the fight though. Tim's, like everybody used ults on the side of Boom. Every single ult was used, even the refreshers and BKBs too. So OG, as we mentioned multiple times even earlier from the start from the draft, they're not really cooldown reliant.
Let's see what they can get done with this push. 29k ahead.
Amar is smoked in the base with this Hex, and as we said with the Aghanims, he has a massive amount of damage now too.
I mean, they might not expect a Timbersaw coming in from this angle.
All right, look at him. He's sneaking.
Oh,
man. I love when it pans the camera to them when they're like deep behind the base, just perfectly calm as well.
Oh, FBZ. He's got to put the BKB for that one. Tries to get a jump onto Yuragi. Over to the side, the Hex from Amar comes down onto Jackie. Deep remnant here from BZM. He goes straight towards the backlines. Does get caught out by the initial stun, but now the BKB's there for BZM. He'll continue to chase back Boom, push them back towards the fountain. FBZ has been caught, but the Wukong's command's down, so OG's got to be careful how they commit into this.
They're just playing outside of it. They're just taking out the rack slowly.
Got the kiss here, Seb. He's in, he's got the shackle up onto the 2 cores. He's caught Jackie and he's caught Yopaz. Jackie in trouble. Jackie goes down.
So many times we've seen double shackles from Seb in these fights. This is craziest. On to tier 4.
And they've got a buyback from Jackie, but there's no buyback available on FBZ. The tier 4's going down.
No Wukongs, no
Ancient
BKB.
exposed. Have they got any further fight to have? Skem is going to get dragged back by Yuragi. Skem goes down. Boom. Held in the fountain as OG. They'll look to close this game 1 up. They're on towards the Ancient. They'll let Amar deal with Boom around the fountain. GG is called. OG will take this game 1.
All right, holy crap. What a game 1.